Wait, music.
What's
this?
Garbage.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Monday.
Happy Labor Day.
Ooh.
Oh,
All right.
echoing.
Happy Labor Day,
Labor
everybody.
Day.
Let us put all the buttons on right. Everybody get settled in. It is Monday. It is Labor Day. Today, we are giving away $400. $400 to one lucky winner. You must be on here live with us when your name is drawn. Last week, we had somebody whose name was drawn, and they were not here.
No.
It was so sad.
3 people.
Well, one person showed up and it was
Oh,
late.
so I know,
But-
just barely late. That was
No,
sad.
they were late.
Well, okay, they were late.
So this is how you avoid losing. This is what I say. So this is what Luke was telling us today. We need to use positive language. Everybody, Luke Mendel on the production, working overtime on Labor Day, and he was telling
He showed
us
up today.
Yeah, Luke Mendel's in the house running the board here. Everybody shout out Luke. Send Luke a little love in the comments. Luke has been working all day today. Luke was the only one on the team who did not get a day off. Not because he didn't earn it, but because he was working. We just keep going.
Yep.
And the rest of the team, they were off. And Luke
We didn't
had
get a day off.
Well, we didn't get a day off.
Well, we don't ever get days off.
So Luke was telling us we need to use positive language. So here's what I was saying. I was saying that the people whose
Luke is
names get
laboring.
drawn, they won $400, but they just didn't claim it.
Correct.
So they weren't losers. They were the winners.
Yeah.
So you could win $400, but
Unclaimed property.
Yeah, but you
no
have to claim
longer
it.
allowed to be claimed.
you have to claim your property by being here with us live on Money Monday. Hey, we just wrapped up our last 5 moves, and everybody's raving about it.
Yeah.
Everybody was saying that was phenomenal.
Lots of content.
You
know,
could still get the recordings, I think, just today. You have to reach out to Tristan Schaub. You could have to direct message him if you're like, man, I wish I had gotten that. Everybody is saying that it was so full of content. In fact, I talked to a guy today. He became a coaching client. And he was telling me, he was like, most challenges, they're dumb. Like they're just like, they're like there's no real content in them. It's like, right? Like it's like some sort of a
wake up and drink water.
A list build thing. Yeah. Hey, for
warm
today,
lemon water.
we want you to be positive. And so he was like, man, that challenge had so much content in it. Like, I want to work with you. Ended up being a private client. He wanted to be in Quest 7. There's no room in Quest 7.
He's on the wait list.
He's on the wait list. But listen, if you're like, what this person makes mid 7 figures in their business. Yeah. If you're like, what would make somebody like that want to coach with you? I can get that. So there was content. I can get that. Yes, but we are offering the recordings, but only for today. Labor Day special. Reach out to Tristan Schaub. He can get you taken care of. I don't even know how much it is. That's how much of a special it is.
Yep.
We woke up today, Josh and Tristan, they were like, hey, listen, we
For Labor
want to,
Day.
Yeah, we want to give this out as a special. And I was like, really, we shouldn't do that because, if you didn't jump on it and then now you're like, oh, now I want in. You didn't trust us at the beginning.
I know.
But okay, Josh and Tristan won. Don't forget also, Black Diamond Club Marketing Matters is coming up November 3rd and 4th at the Fountain Blue in Miami Beach. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be super great. You need to get your tickets. Go to www.blackdiamondclub.com/events, or you just go to blackdiamondclub.com, click on that events tab. We can get you registered. We are nearing sellout stages, folks, so you got to jump on this.
There's
the hotel,
gonna be a lot of you.
the room block's already gone, so that for sure. The room block is already been spoken for, but you can still get rooms. You're just going to have to pay normal rack rates, and believe me, it's worth it. The Fountain Blue, it's going to be killer.
One of the best places in Miami. You don't want to
be
miss
absolutely
out.
amazing. You know what's great about this workshop is that it's on a Thursday and Friday. It's not a typical days of a workshop. And on Thursday, we go from 8 a.m., an 8 a.m. start time, 8 a.m.
Which
to
is
noon.
early for us.
Yeah, 8 a.m. to noon. And then we go from noon to 4
On break.
lunch. We do a 4-hour lunch in Miami. That means you go out to the pool, You get a pina colada. You hang out with your friends or your new friends.
200 of your friends.
200 plus of your friends.
200
They're all
plus of
out
your
there.
friends. That's
Everybody's
a
having a
lot.
great time. And then we come back and we work from 4 to 8.
Yep.
So we do 8 to 12 and 4 to 8, all that
Have
time in the middle.
pina colada, not too many pina
Don't have too many,
coladas.
no.
Then you may not work.
Then Friday, we work from 10 a.m. to 6. And that's always followed by our amazing extravaganza that we put together. End of year, big Black Diamond Club celebration, celebrating everybody's wins. And just really letting the year go out with a bang. But most importantly, you're ending up the year with your 2023 marketing plan in hand, ready for all the changes that we are going to be suggesting due to all of the things that are happening in the economy.
Hopefully coming out with some really great new ideas, out of the box strategies for marketing that we've been kind of hinting at, but we're going to go in detail on.
I don't want to talk about the economy so much today, although I will tell you. In prep, I had so much stuff, and what's really interesting, what I'm noticing is that a lot of the indicators are talking about, look, maybe the recession is just being a little bit delayed, but it might be a little bit worse, not slowed down, but delayed, right? So it's going to be just as so it's going to be maybe worse.
No, like they're just slowing it down, get ready
The
to hit the
momentum?
gas.
Yeah, like the
they're
momentum slowed it down. Yeah.
slowing down, and then they're going to go again.
A lot of this, they're saying, has nothing to do with a lot of the things that people are looking at, but really a lot to do with the money supply. That there's just so much money that's out there. A lot of indicators saying there's just so much money out there, right? That's what's driving inflation. We can't keep up. We can't, that's by definition. We can't keep up. There's not enough stuff, not enough supply, over demand and over money, and it drives the prices up because supply and demand, so much demand, and you guys have so much money, I'm just going to raise my prices, which again, I think that would be smart for everybody watching. That's what everybody's doing. Another thing, 20% cuts, 20% employment cuts at Bed Bath & Beyond.
Oh yeah, we were talking about
gentleman that
he committed
suicide. CFO of Bed Bath & Beyond.
That was a rough story. to
Also
read.
over at Snapchat, 20% cuts over there. Got some Snapchat execs moving from Snapchat over to Netflix to run the ads.
Netflix was
right?
smart. We
Right,
talked
were
about
talking
that on the last
Yeah,
Money
let's bring
Mondays.
these guys
Yep.
over, but Snapchat making 20% cuts in their employees, 20% cuts at Bed Bath & Beyond. Listen, a lot of stuff is going on, but this week, let's talk about your personal economy. Like, how are you in a personal recession? Are you noticing that it's costing you more to live, or a lot of you, it's costing you more to do business for whatever reason? Now,
Which I'm sure people are noticing that.
Well, and some people get
cost of
super
business is going
philosophical,
up.
right? And be like, hey, well, of course cost of business is going up because there's a recession, Lacey. There's inflation. The cost of doing business is going up because you're really still talking about the national economy or the global economy. But one of the things that I've noticed, and I know you've seen the same thing with your clients, is that a lot of people have made a ton of money during the recession.
A lot of money, and continue to make a lot of money, and they keep reporting their best months over and over and over again.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy in August how many people texted or messaged and said they had their best month in history.
Right.
In August. So typically for a lot of service providers, kind of a slower month. Your best month in history during what's typically a slower month, but also in the midst of a recession. But here's what we're noticing, that we've never asked this, but I'm sure I know the answer. Although people that are having their hugest months are also, though, having to work a lot.
Yes.
They're working harder. They're working more. They're putting in more time. And which is good because that's what you do.
And there's more demand because there's a lot of people that are super feeling the recession and they're actually having to cut back. They're working less, and that is overflowing into the people that are willing to take it on.
So this Labor Day, we wanted to just cut right to the chase.
Yeah.
Let's talk about how you can make more money by working less. Now, one of the things I know is that a lot of people who hire you as a coach, that's something that they say later on. They report like, wow, this is like a head scratcher. Like, how does this happen? I'm actually
Taking
servicing
care of
less people. So I have less clients, active clients, and I'm making way more money. And so what we thought is like, okay, on Labor Day, because it's Labor Day, let's talk about how you can make more money because it's Money Monday, but with less labor.
Yeah.
More money, less labor. For Labor Day, you have a couple tips. Let's talk about those.
Okay. So number 1, your unique wins. Define the problem that you solve for the demographic and do it in a unique way. We've been
Right.
talking about this a lot.
We've been working on this a lot. This has been a big topic for a lot of
2
people.
weeks in BDC
Black
podcasts, we've been talking about this.
If you're not in Black Diamond Club, go to www.blackdiamondclub.com. That's how you can jump on and listen to our weekly podcast. That's not the None of Your Business podcast. You can catch that on all the platforms. But our private podcast for members, our members only podcast, we've been working on this idea of unique selling proposition. Now, everybody's heard of this.
Yep.
Oh, unique selling proposition. Yeah, I know what that is. Right. But what is your unique selling proposition? What makes you so unique? Why would somebody pick you over every other option that they have in the world? And I got to tell you, like, for everyone watching, I mean, if you think that you do something that no one else in the world does, I want you to put it in the comments. But for most of you, there's other people that do what you do. There's other Shawn and Lacey's out there. There's other couples.
There's other coaches out there, the consultants.
Coaches, even couple coaches. Couples that work together.
Couple
Self-proclaimed power couples. You got real estate couples. You got all these, right? So what makes you so unique? Now, here's where it gets tough too, is because a lot of people confuse USP with tagline.
Yeah.
So I was asking somebody today, because you know what we hear a lot is, I want to be the Ritz-Carlton of fill in the blank.
Right.
Ritz-Carlton of hair salons. And so I'm like, all right, but what is the Ritz-Carlton USP? Like, it's not a tagline. There's not, you can't find it anywhere. What do they do that's unique compared to every other hotel? Well, luxury, experience and service,
attention to detail,
unique locations, extravagant locations, attention to detail, but it's not a tagline.
Right. It's not like we are the blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Give me a good tagline.
Class. And a class by ourselves. That's not what they say. That's just
they should. They kind of are.
But no, because there's other ones.
Yeah.
And so you have to figure out, okay, what is it that is so unique about us? So here's what the thing is too. We're seeing a couple people chiming in. What problem do you solve for your demographic? And how do you solve that problem in a unique way? Here's a big issue too for a lot of people, because I'm telling you, if you can unlock this, we're on our way to making more money and working less.
Yep.
Because if you're like, hey, I solve a unique problem for a unique demographic. Now I have something to add here as well. The demographic can't be so unique that it's like 4 people. And I see that happen too, right? Like the demographic is so drilled down. It's like literally only 4 people in the world have this problem. And maybe you're like, no, more than 4. But if it's in the hundreds or maybe even in the thousands, right? I've heard of
the market needs to be big enough that the business can be profitable.
One of the other elements that you might think of is not only the market size, but the market volume as far as money is concerned, right? So the market size could be massive, but maybe they would, you serve this, you solve a problem in a unique way. McDonald's, cheap food in a unique way, fast. But the margin isn't that high, but the market is so high that the total volume of money on the table is huge.
Makes sense. Right.
So you might say, I work only with CEOs. Okay, well, the volume of the market is small, but the margins
are probably
would
massive.
be greater.
Right.
And so even though there's less of them, we can still make a ton of money. Here's what we cannot do. Small market, low volume, right? So that's like, there's like literally 1,000 people. Of the 1,000, your market share is 10, right? You have captured 1%, but in there, these people are paying you $100. Well, we're not getting anywhere with that. So you have to think about that. So what's the problem that you solve? What's the problem that Ritz-Carlton solves? Well, you want to stay somewhere, but you want to be comfortable. You want it to be, you have certain standards. You want to have service. And we solve that because we know that it would make you uncomfortable if you stayed at a normal hotel. And so we're going to do this in an exceptional kind of way. There's a big enough demographic of people. The market is big enough. And what's great about Ritz-Carlton is they overpay. The market will overpay for the better experience and the better opportunity. And so this makes for a great
I think it's really important.
USP.
I think it's really important right now too, because of what's happening in the world and in the economy, and there is businesses that are shutting down, and there is overflow of potential prospects and clients that are going to start looking for other places where they feel like they could get a better quality of service, right? Especially as businesses are being impacted. So it's a great time for you to emerge with also your USP so that people choose you. No better time than now.
No better time than now. You want to be all over this. So once that becomes clear, Now, because it is unique, the rest of the stuff starts to fall into place. I'm going to tell you something. For the majority of you, because you cannot define your USP, it is hard to move on. It is hard to market. It's hard to clearly communicate. It's hard to get referrals.
It's hard to hire. It's hard to create culture in your business. It's hard to get a team that sticks around and represents you in the same way you represent yourself. It's hard to attract the ideal client, all sorts of things.
I would even say this too. One of the things I think about for USP is like, all right, so when somebody, one of your clients talks about you, what do they say? Mm-hmm. Hey, Lacey's a business coach. No, like they speak about the unique things, right? If I was telling you about the Ritz-Carlton in Barcelona, I would say, oh my gosh, Lacey, you would love it. And then I would start to fill in the blanks about what's unique about it compared to thousands of hotels, I'm sure, in Barcelona.
Right.
Why should you go to this one? Well, that's the things that a client would actually say to a friend.
We say that all the time. If you're struggling with your USP, you just ask your clients. Ask them about what they think when they think about you. You can look at your reviews and you can actually listen and utilize the languaging that they use to begin to curate your USP.
Ironically, in Black Diamond Clubs,
somebody did that today for us.
Not us. A member asked other members, like,
what three words come to mind when you think about this group?
So then people just started like dropping gold.
Yeah.
You know, you got Megan Banker jumping in here, like dropping gold that we will utilize in copy and marketing because this is what people are saying to us.
Different and what they love about us.
But it wasn't us that asked, which is what's so great, right? It was a third party. Number two. Let's move to number two.
Move from growth to scale, so keeping overhead costs low.
Well, this is interesting, right? Because we talk about this a lot. In growth phase, we are basically understanding that our revenue is tied to our expenditures. Mm-hmm. We spend more money, we make more money. We have higher ad spends, we bring on more people, we spend more money, and that drives our revenue. So that's what growth is about. And so many people get confused, right? They're like, oh, am I in growth or am I in scale? A lot of people are trying to scale.
Yes.
But they're actually in
growth mode.
So here's the thing. You have to understand that you have to move first from growth over to scale. And one of the ways that you do that, right, is because in growth, where expenses tend to be higher, not high off the charts, but higher because expenditures are what drive revenue in that particular phase of business. But in scale, the expenditures can go down because we begin to get an exponential return because we are scaling the business. We're moving into new verticals, or we're beginning to create more locations, or we're beginning to create systems that can scale. We're serving multiple people at the same time. Now we're scaling and our expenses are not proportionately rising.
And this is super important because a lot of people, they feel like they're in scale mode and they can't understand why their profit margins aren't that big. It's because they're actually still in growth mode and they haven't moved into that scalability. And so we talk about that all the time is you have to figure out what's the fastest way to scale, what's the fastest way to get you out of growth, and make sure, number one, the most important things is that your systems and your infrastructure that you've built can handle your ability to scale. Because if not, then you're going to always be perpetually stuck in growth mode and your margins are going to be smaller and your expenses are going to be higher. So it'd be a perfect time right now to really start to take an audit and ask yourself, what can I look at now to ensure that as I scale this business at a rapid rate, that everything stands up?
We're halfway through our points. I think we should have Luke come pick the names. Luke, you want to pick the winners? There's going to be 4 winners. We're not going to announce them all right now. We might announce a couple. We'll scale them out here because we're talking about scale. Why don't you come pick us some winners? Winner, Money Monday chicken dinner. Let's see who won $400. Luke's got his Mexico Art of the Specific shirt on. Of course. Be careful right there. Shake it up a little bit.
Oh, here.
Ooh, we got the new names in there. We got the new names in there.
I'm going to give it a little backwards spin.
Get them all shook up. Yeah, because now they can actually shuffle up because before there's way too many names in there.
You got it.
Now,
all right, Luke. You feel good about it?
All right, look in there. Get your 4 names. Set them down here. Oh, they're spilling out all over the place.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, that's the first one.
2.
Okay, number 2. Okay, great. I could keep these in order here. Number 2.
Falling out. You got
number
it.
3.
One more.
Number 3.
Hey, don't look. Keep your eyes on. Keep your eyes off the prize.
Number 4. In my hand.
Okay. I hope nobody saw.
There's got to be a better way.
Has to be.
Man, I gotta tell you, you picked some crazy. Jeez.
I know who that is.
Yeah, but I don't know.
I don't
how
think-
to,
I
I
don't
don't
know
know
if
how to
he's
say
on.
all these names here.
Oh boy, you get to go with this
No,
one.
no. I
You
don't
know,
know.
you guys have a great chance because there is not as many people on today, which we anticipated because it is Labor
Let's do
Day.
the first one.
There's not as many people on today as
one?
there normally is. Let's let's go for
Okay,
the first
okay,
one.
first one.
Ready? Name your. You got the timer ready?
Timer
Oh no!
is
$400.
Do you see the timer?
$400 is
oh.
coming to you.
If not, I
Oh,
can
they
put
could
it.
maybe they could see. Are you ready? Maybe I don't see the
it.
timer.
We don't see the timer.
Little timer.
There we
go.
go.
All right, you ready,
Ready?
Lukey? Ridge Lipovac.
Lipovac?
Lipovac?
Ridge.
Ridge.
Ridge is a killer name though. Like
Ridge.
the Ridge
Lipovac.
Lipovac is like a
Ridge
guy that would be in a
Lipovac.
movie that's
Ridge
like
Lipovac.
taking people into the
Ridge
mountains.
Lipovac.
Yeah. like
Ridge.
taking them on a tour, right? Like he's like your guide. Ridge Lipovac. I'm Ridge Lipovac.
Which one did he draw number 2? Was it this one or this one was the second one? This one was second.
Yep.
And that was third.
Yep.
This one's first. No, hang
no,
on. No, hang
Ridge.
on, Ridge. Don't count out
He's out in
Ridge.
nature somewhere. It's a good name. I like Ridge.
Well, that's someone in
But I'm
Shane's not BNI group. Oh, my gosh.
man.
Oh my god. And it's not Nickelback. Lipovac. Ridge.
Ridge Nickel.
Lipovac. All right, put
Jeremy,
that
does
away.
Ridge like what does Ridge do? I want to know. Do you know what he does?
All right.
All right. Are you gonna do number 2, or you want to
Okay.
keep going? No. We have
Okay.
2 points
2 more
left.
points. Let's do the 2 points.
2 points left, and then we'll pick the names.
then
Okay.
3 and 4.
Point number
That's it.
3. We've been talking about this a lot, and I've been reading that book by Alex Hormozy, and he says that you should charge heinous amounts of money for the service that you provide. We talked about this on our last 5 moves because I love that languaging, like heinous amounts of money. So that's what you got to do. You got to raise your prices. You've got to charge more for the service that you offer. One of the things that he talked about that I loved, that I think super resonated with me, is that as small business owners and as service providers, especially, we get super hung up on the idea of being fair, like charging a fair price for the things that we offer. And I think that that's crazy because it's really, yep, Michael, you got it, $100 million offers. It's really difficult. Especially when you look at most other companies, large corporations, they're not fair in their pricing, right? How much do you think it costs for Apple to make an iPhone?
Well, that's a great example because we are
about
in the
to buy one
market
next
for
week.
all new phones because
Yeah.
our phones are limping across the finish line here. We are anxiously awaiting for September 7th and the announcement of the new iPhone line to come out. But we are also going to switch carriers. One of the reasons why is because we had gone down to Mexico and our carrier was terrible for international plans. We hadn't thought about this because when we had moved to Naples, we had
All
to
we
switch
cared
carriers.
about was coverage.
We wanted
We
coverage.
just wanted coverage.
But here's the thing. So we were with so there's a major national carrier, and then there was one of these sort of like sub, resellers of their coverage. And so we had bought the sub reseller way cheaper, but they're like, we're using this national carrier's network. And then we got, the short end of the stick on the international.
United States is kind of what they said.
Right. So we got
That's
we got the
that's
short
what
end
they
of the
were
stick
like,
on the
internationally,
international.
We don't have
Here's the
coverage.
thing. So the national carrier charges way more for their own network than some of these resellers who are
Right.
selling their own coverage. Why is that okay? Well, because it's them.
Yeah.
Because you've heard of the national carriers and some of these, smaller ones, you're like, I'm not sure. Like what the service is going to be. Oh no, don't worry. We're using this other company's towers, but look, they don't care. So they can get away with charging whatever they want. The other thing that I've noticed is we were researching pricing, and well worth your time to look at these cell phone plans.
Right.
Is that plans go up and down? So now it's a lot cheaper, right?
Right
Than
now,
when
yeah.
if we'd have just stayed on when you and I first had a cell phone plan together. If we would have been still on that plan, we would be paying more than what it would cost to jump on
I
it
think
now.
Luke was looking at it for us, and I was like, "Do they still charge extra for the iPhone? Like, remember we used to
yeah.
get nickel and dime
Yeah,
because
you
it was
had to pay
an
more
iPhone.
'cause you had an iPhone.
Over an Android, you'd have to pay like $10 per phone extra a
Because it
month.
was an iPhone.
Yeah,
Luke
they
was
didn't
like, "What are
care.
you talking
that was
about? We
not
don't do
fair.
that."
Okay,
Yeah.
that was not fair.
So people don't care. The companies
Yeah.
don't care, and people pay. People pay. So you have to figure out, here's the thing. I don't think that many of you understand where the top of the market is as far as your services are concerned.
Right.
I would say we don't understand the top of the market as far as our services. I would say a lot of people think that we charge a lot of money.
Yep.
Those are people that don't pay us a lot of money. The people that pay us a lot of money actually think that we're underpriced, which is why they still continue to find value. And then we keep creeping the prices up, and people keep coming because they understand the value that they're going to get. So I would say you guys all need to be constantly and consistently testing the top of market to figure out what truly is a ridiculous price for the service that you're providing because it's out there.
You don't actually know the ceiling. You only know the ceiling that you've created in your own mind. Right? Not the actual ceiling.
And there's also then, we can even go beyond that if we expand the offering, right? So we have this idea where we are like, hey, I provide this service. Yeah, but what does a high ticket offer look like? What can we do to modify the service so that it can even command an even greater price? We talk about access. People want more access to you, more personal contact. People want to solve for time. So if you could deliver a result quicker, then it would be worth more to the individual.
Absolutely. So raise your prices. That's all you got to do. Point number 4. Our last point. This is the home stretch.
Shall we read a name?
Okay. Get a name.
Then we'll do point number 4 because we still have
we got two more after that.
Potentials if we don't get a winner here.
Here's another fun name for you, Dr. Shawn Dill, who is our winner.
Are you ready, Lukey? 1, 2, 3. Brooke Yakel. Is that right?
Yakel. That's very fancy.
What do you think, Luke? How would you say it?
It's not Yakel. Luke does not think it is.
Luke says it's not Yakel.
It's Yakel.
It's Brooke Yakel. Yakel. Could it be Yakel?
Yakel. Could be Yakel.
Here it is, everybody. Brooke
Y.
Brooke Y. Y-A-K-E-L.
Brooke, you got 5 seconds left. Brooke, come on, Brooke. Somebody pick up today.
Oh, yay, Brooke. I thought.
Oh, no, that's not Brooke.
So Prime Family Centers, the Weises, they must know Brooke. Okay, so they've challenged me
Yakel.
on...
Look at Is
Yakel.
that Yakel? Is that right?
Well, he just put a hyphen in there. I knew that.
Yakel.
Brooke Yakel. Got it.
Perfect.
Yakel.
Brooke is from Green Bay.
Okay.
Brooke, we're sorry you missed out. Brooke, if you were on, that means you could win again, though. Remember, your name goes right back in.
Yes. Let's make sure that if we don't get a winner, let's remind people into posting, Lukey, that you're it's not one and done. You got to get on next week. We could pull your name again, especially now.
And the way we're going, it could be $500 next week. That's a big pot.
It could be $500 next week.
Point number 4.
Gosh, dang it. I'm looking at the next name, but I know how to say it. I got this one.
This is really, I think Luke wanted to torture you tonight. He was like, let me feel these out. All right.
What's that thing? Key and Peele?
Keenan and Peele.
Keenan.
Jake Quillen?
Testing me.
Aaron, come on. Aaron. All right. Point number 4. Get rid of the bottom 10%.
Of what?
Of everything. You should look at everything in your business.
Love it.
You should, the reality of it is you should be looking at your systems, the bottom 10% of systems that aren't working very well.
Love it.
You should get rid of them. You should retool them. You should be looking at your marketing strategies and figuring out what's the bottom 10% of marketing strategies. Get rid of them. You should be looking at your relationships.
Love it.
The bottom 10% of your relationships, give them the boot.
What about the clients?
Clients, we always say dump the duds. I don't know if is that positive language. How would I
Yeah, Luke, how would we say that positively?
How would we say dump the duds nicely?
Recycle. Reappropriate.
Reappropriate your
the clients.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
but
so
which
just
clients?
find them a
Dudsy
new
clients?
Recycle the wasteful.
Recycle the wasteful. Good. Okay.
That was horrible.
Yeah, yes, people are loving that. Audience is loving that stuff. Okay.
All right. So anyway, so getting rid of the bottom 10%. So evaluating all the areas and aspects of your business that you're putting time, money, and energy into, and saying, what is the bottom 10%? What's not producing? How can I get rid of those so I can make space for things that I can do better?
I wonder how many people though actually do that. Like sit down with your team and look at your entire list of clients, all of them. Look at your list of clients, and then spend some time maybe ranking them in whatever way you do. I don't know, whatever you like them, they pay you a lot of money, they show up on time. I don't know, some ranking system, whatever you want to use. But then at the end of the day, there's going to be some that are at the bottom. And how many of you are bold enough to say, I'm going to clear space? I'm going to clear space for these. I'm going to get rid of these people.
Energetically,
and not just like kick them out.
emotionally,
Some people,
physically, monetarily. Yeah.
some people
Clear
get like
space.
super like weird about it. Like you could just send them somewhere else.
Yeah.
Again, because you're not the only one. Like saying, look, no longer are you a
Can
part
we
of
say
the
find them a
Ritz.
better home?
Yeah,
Is that
rehome.
nice?
Isn't that rehome
Let's
them?
rehome your
Rehome.
client, yeah.
So
that aren't in alignment.
rehome
Yeah.
those that are not in alignment.
Yeah.
I love
Yes.
it. I love
Yes.
Rehome some of
Recycle.
your
People like
rehome some of your
recycle.
clients, rehome some of your relationships, your
Yep.
collaborative partners. Reassigning them to other places. It's
they're a
not
better fit.
dooming them where they're just a better fit.
just a
Because
better
what
fit.
that does is it opens up space in your world for those that are a better fit.
Absolutely.
All
I
right.
love that. Easy.
You want number 3?
Rehome those not in alignment with your USP. Good job, Dr. Chen. All right. Name number 3. This name also goes in the books as.
Rebecca Morinsky.
Is
Rebecca.
that how you say that?
Yeah. Morzinski. No,
Morzinski.
Morzinski. Rebecca Morzinski. Morzinski. Rebecca Morzinski.
Murzinski.
Murzinski. Rebecca.
Yes.
Rebecca Murzinski. You are the winner of $400.
Claim your money.
Winner, winner. All you have to do is claim your bounty. You have 3 seconds, Rebecca. Claim your bounty. Oh my gosh.
Rebecca.
Wait, you have one more name.
Yeah. Oh, I like. Megan said release. You could release those not meant for you.
Well, this one
Release
I
them
know how
into
to
the
say.
wild.
I mean, I can say this name just fine.
Oh, this is a name that he can. This is a name we know very well.
Ready? We're trying to get out of here.
All right, it's 9:02.
The
Labor
one?
Day.
We're pulling the
Labor
last
Day.
one.
This is the
This
winner.
could be the
This is
winner.
our $400
This is
right here.
$400.
for
$100.
Dr.
Doctor.
Jack Wolfson.
Woo!
Dr.
Jack's
Jack
active.
Wolfson. He's
But
active.
it's Labor Day. He's probably with his family
Jack
somewhere.
Wolfson. Dr. Jack Wolfson, you have won $400. Claim your
Jack.
prize by
Jack.
sounding
Jack.
off in the chat. We're going to give you $400 cash. We're
Jack.
sending it to you, Jack Wolfson. Come on. You got it, Jack. He is not
Jack.
one. He is not one here.
It was another night of lost opportunity for those
Well, I
that
mean,
had names called.
Look, people probably were doing some really fun stuff.
I know. Just
That's
lost
okay.
money.
They didn't lose money. They just didn't claim it.
Oh, yeah,
you
I'm
just
sorry.
didn't claim it. You won it.
Use
It is
positive language.
You
recycled
just
to
did
the
not
next
claim
person
it.
that's
and
going
it has
to
been
win.
yes, it's been rehomed.
And
Your money
it
has been rehomed, and it's going to find a new home next week, right here on Money Monday. And not only that, your money is going to be more because
be
your
now
money is now
500.
going to be $500.
I hope that it rehomes itself into one of your pockets.
And we're
those
going to
that
draw
showed up
5 names.
on
We're
Labor
drawing
Day. Mm-hmm.
5 names, 5 chances to win $500. Brian McCarley says it's his birthday.
Brian.
Man, let's just let's put some good mojo here. May your name be drawn.
Better start
$500
singing the money song.
next week, Money Monday. Hey, make sure that you subscribe, turn on notifications, tell your friends, hey, we're still rocking and rolling here. We're not giving up on you. I mean, I don't know if you're giving up on yourselves.
We're
but
here.
we're not giving up on you. We're here. Labor
Even on
Day,
Labor
it doesn't
Day,
matter.
9
We
o'clock
show
at
up.
night.
We do this live every single Monday. And next Monday, we're giving away $500. Tell your friends. It's going to be a great show. See you then.